The next Lee and Ian podcast is approaching the station. Please step aside.
And welcome to the Lee and Ian Show. I'm Lee Navlin.
And I'm Ian Grodman.
The Lee and Ian Show is sponsored by Grodman Law and Mediation. Remember, when it comes to divorce, family first, your children first. Mediation is the way to go. Grodman Law and Mediation.
Thank you.
Ian, you're quite welcome. And Ian, if you want to check out my latest, it's LeeNavlinBooks.com.
Ooh, that's a great website.
Thank you, Ian. When I'm not recording a podcast, I'm writing some really funny books. That's Lee Navlin Books.
Really funny.
Thank you, Ian. I really appreciate
Very
you
funny.
saying that. That means the world to me
So funny.
that you like my books because
I do. I love them.
Because you don't like anything. So you're like Mikey. You
I
know?
like a few things, but yeah. But I love your books.
Thank you for that, Ian. I appreciate it. LeeNavlinBooks.com. So, Ian, after taking a few weeks off, it's like we never left.
It's like we never left. Exactly.
Ian, we've met so many younger people, the next generation of Essex County leaders over the course
Yes,
of our
we
show
have.
last winter and last spring. Christine McGrath, Abdur Yassin, Medina Muhammad, Dorian Murray, just to
Yeah.
name a few. Right?
Dorian Murray Thomas.
Murray Thomas, thank you for that.
Thank you for getting it right.
And here we are about to add another next-gen leader to the list. He's
right.
Wilson Pichardo, and he's running to be the District 1 Essex County Commissioner. Wilson, welcome to the Lee and Ian Show.
Thank you
Welcome.
guys for the invitation. Thank you for having me here.
We're happy to have you.
Wilson, I got to tell you, it wasn't easy getting you on the show, and it wasn't because of anything other than there was COVID first, and then I had a colonoscopy, right? And it seemed like every
Did
time.
you take pictures?
Well, I did not take pictures. No. Were you supposed to? Or
Disappointed.
something like that? No,
You know, it's like we're talking about it. I want to see it. Right?
The weird thing is that you go to sleep in one room and you wake up in another.
It's
You know what I
pretty
mean?
cool,
Like,
actually.
where
It's
am I?
You know, Wilson, one day when you get older, you'll learn about this. It's like getting a nap in the middle of the day.
Yeah,
Fair
but
enough.
but it seems like every time we had a date set, we'd have to reschedule it. I know you got sick, and then I had this last second. My doctor had to change the schedule for my procedure, and
It's all logistics.
yeah, and Ian, I think you were just in a bad mood, and you didn't want to.
I was like, leave me alone.
Yeah, you didn't want to do the podcast, right?
I was being a
Listen,
curmudgeon.
I think after a couple times where we cancel on him, it's fair that he cancels on us as well, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Right.
I never canceled.
No, what comes around goes around. Did you? I'm not sure.
That's it. The podcast is over. Let's go home.
Wilson, I'm so impressed with reading your background. You're a lawyer. You're an engineer. I mean, Ian's just a lawyer. So, Ian, you really got to step up.
never be an engineer.
You got to step up your game a little bit.
I'm never going to be an engineer.
I disagree. He's pretty good at math. I think he's got it in him.
Ian's pretty good at math, but you should see him with trying to screw a light bulb in. That's not so easy, right?
Ooh, you must have been talking to my wife.
So Wilson, District 1, that includes Newark's North and East Ward and parts of the West Central and South Wards. So Wilson, which is your favorite ward?
That's correct.
No, I'm not gonna make you answer that question.
We're starting with the hard questions right away.
That's right. Yes. Your favorite ward that Newark wants to know. But
No, I do.
But that's quite a diverse territory, to say the least.
Yes, and as someone who's born and raised in the city of Newark, I don't think that there's a favorite ward. I actually, when I was born, I spent the first, 12 years of my life in the Central Ward, one of the wards that I do represent in the Central Ward, and then my parents moved us to the North Ward.
Okay.
I've lived in the North Ward and actually currently live in the North Ward. But while I was in law school, I actually lived in the East Ward, in the Ironbound. So
You've covered.
have been
Yeah.
in very
All
many
over.
different places.
Just haven't been in the South Ward yet.
Yeah. Which we'll make it there at some
That's
point.
right,
I don't
at
think I
some
can make
point.
it there while I am running for District 1 Commissioner. but
No, that wouldn't be good.
hopefully
Yeah.
soon.
Where'd you go to law school?
I went to Seton Hall.
Oh, you went to Seton Hall?
Yes,
And so
yeah.
you lived at home when you went to law school?
No, I lived in the Ironbound. I lived in the East Ward.
Oh,
at that
gotcha.
point.
So you had your own place there. Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So, needless to say, Newark is very important to you.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's
absolutely.
District 1.
I can't imagine having grown up in a different place. It's like you said. There's so much going on. I like to sit there and say that it is almost like having 4 or 5 different towns in one city.
Mm-hmm.
In a matter of 15 minutes, you can get to a different ward, and it's a completely different environment with completely different cultures and different foods, different cuisines, different languages. And there's something beautiful to that, I pick up a little Portuguese every now and again.
That's
Yeah.
good.
going
That's
into
good.
the East Ward. So
Portuñol. Right? Like I know a lot of people who speak Spanish and they try to speak Portuguese. They call it portuñol.
Yeah, well, that's me right there.
Okay.
Is there a restaurant that your favorite place in Newark for people are always telling me, where do we go in Newark to eat? Something that's
I will say, I mean, this is not a plug. I'm not getting paid.
Right,
for
that's
this,
right.
but,
Yes. Either are
I
we.
do. One of my favorite places is Casa de Paco.
I know Casa de Paco.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wow. Yeah.
Big fan.
Fantastic food. I know he's expanded to the back. He has a bar area, and
Yes.
I know he's expanded to the. Who Hank Zona was the guy that recommended Casa de Paco to me. He's a wine guy. Yeah, and
Wine aficionado.
the owner there, I forgot his name.
Angel.
Yeah. Cool guy. He's always
very
there,
cool guy.
and he's great
Absolutely.
staff. I've been going to a good place in Newark all these years, Ian. One of the
There
top
you go.
spots.
It's
Yeah.
the North Ward, right?
No, that's in the East Ward.
Oh, it is in the East
Yeah.
Ward. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
it is. It is.
We were there once, and we saw so these people had landed and they had a layover for like 6 hours in Newark, and I guess
Wow.
and so they were leaving, and they said that the pilot said where do I go eat around here? We're going to go, and someone said to go to Casa de Paco, and so they actually went to Casa de Paco, and the pilot went with them. So they were sitting. So I was saying there was like a pilot and these people, and they just they were just met on the walk getting off
good
the plane.
story.
Yeah, not a funny story. Yeah.
No, it's great. It's like you said, very close to the airport. So if you have a layover, it's a great spot to stop. And
100%. Yeah. So, growing up in Newark, what are some of the biggest misconceptions that outsiders might have
Good
about this
question.
great city, Wilson? Because it's a city everyone's heard of. And there have been movies about the '67 riots, for instance. People have the wrong idea on what Newark is today. Let's say, just talk a little bit about misconceptions and.
yeah, I do believe that there is a misconception that Newark as a whole is unsafe, and you have to be careful when you come into the city of Newark. I'm 33 now. Jeez, I'm old.
Oh, don't talk to us.
Not compared to us.
Yeah.
I can't say that I've ever run into a situation where I've dealt with crime or anything.
Right, yeah.
I've always felt safe walking around the community. And I, to be honest, I feel like everyone's very welcoming in the community. To be quite frank,
I mean, it's a city like any other city, so
100%. And no one city has a monopoly on crime, right?
Right.
There bad things happen in New York City, right? But people do love to talk about going into New York and whatever else, and I feel like Newark is something that should be at that level, right? We have a very vibrant food scene in the East Ward, and outside of that, you have the Rock Prudential Center, right in downtown Newark. There's a lot going on in Newark, and it's
a lot of good stuff going on.
There's a lot. You can have a lot of fun.
So, so how did you get into the political arena? Now, you're a lawyer, engineer, Seton Hall grad. You love Newark. You're still living in Newark your whole life. Now, all of a sudden, politics kind of came calling.
Oh man, I
think
wonder
it did
about that
come
all the
calling,
time.
right?
To be
Yeah.
quite honest, I don't know what I'm doing. No.
Right, that's when you thought you were out. They pulled you in. They pulled you back in.
100%. No, I listen. I was asked if I would consider running for this position, and to be honest, giving back to the community has always been something that's been very important to me. Part of me coming back to Newark to begin with. So to your point about, I did go to Seton Hall Law, which is right in downtown Newark, but for high school, I actually went to boarding school down in Virginia, and I spent 4 years in Alexandria.
Yeah.
From there, I spent 4 years in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. They're two very politically active communities.
At Lehigh, and got a civil engineering degree. And initially, I thought that I was going to move back to the D.C. area and essentially start my career there. There was a moment where I thought to myself, okay, well, what does the rest of the community gain, right? Newark has poured so much in me through the Robert Reed Academy, which I attended in elementary school, through playing in the Rick Cerrone and Roberto Clemente League, on the baseball front, through just having your neighbors that you deal with every day. To me personally, I had to find a way to give back. And I think the age-old tale is always, work hard, get an education, and move out of the hood, quote unquote, the hood.
Yeah.
How do you open doors for the next generation that's coming behind you if you abandon where you grew up?
Yeah.
So
So this is important to you. It's
100%.
it's I've the road I've traveled, and and look how successful I've become in a short period of time, and
not that successful, not that successful.
But you want to see the next generation, of young people follow a path that you were able to follow, which is into success.
To your point about the misconceptions, and I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
To your point about the misconceptions, I feel like kids that are growing up in Newark, they're sold, maybe not sold, but they're constantly told that that's not the right term either. I'm sorry.
I know what you're saying. You're saying it's like high achieving is maybe something that's not going to be in your future.
Essentially, right? When I don't think that's the case at all, and I not to steal Stephen Adubado's mantra that he would tell us at the Robert Treat, right? But it's more along the lines of give us a chance and we'll prove you wrong.
Yeah.
We'll show you what we're made of. And so I do want, and now I'm back on the board of the Robert Treat Academy, which is
that's great.
Yeah, it's very, very important to me.
Yeah, no.
To just go back and be as involved as I can be at these schools and just be a different face for the students that are coming out of the charter school and the public schools alike. I try to go back to as many career days at the Newark Public Schools as well.
I love that. So you played baseball? You're a big ball player back in the day?
I hit a couple homers here and there,
So the Rick Cerrone, he mentioned Rick Cerrone.
Yeah.
Okay, the Rick Cerrone League. I didn't. So Rick Cerrone was a catcher in the major leagues, Ian, and he played for the Yankees for a period of time. He was on the Toronto Blue Jays. By the way, so he was on the Toronto Blue Jays, and I went to Seton Hall baseball camp when I was a kid.
Wow.
Rick Cerrone had played ball at Seton Hall University. That's where he went. So he was the guest one day, and he shows up.
Cool
We're at
is
camp.
that?
He shows up in his Toronto Blue Jays outfit, and he's taking questions from all of us. We're in the auditorium, and he's taking questions about baseball. So I asked Rick Cerrone. I'm 10 years old at the time, 11 years old, whatever
I
I
can
was.
only imagine your question.
I said, Rick, I go, would you ever want to play in the Yankees? And he looked at me and he said, obviously. And he didn't say it with a smile. Just said, obviously. I said, what kind of stupid question is that? I'm on the Toronto Blue Jays. It's in '70s, the worst team in baseball, whatever. And anyway, a year later, he's on the Yankees.
There you go.
Yeah, 2 years
I
later.
think you made it happen.
Yeah,
Lee.
I think I might have had something to do with that.
Yeah.
But anyway, did you ever meet Rick Cerrone? Because he's very involved in Newark. He was with the Newark Bears. A period of time.
I can't say that I've ever met Rick Cerrone, and if I did, I don't necessarily remember it. I apologize.
Yeah, well, if you do,
but I believe he's a Newark native, right? You may have to fact check me on that.
I believe
but
he's a Newark native.
Yeah,
A very definitely a New Jersey guy.
100%
when you hear him. But he did let him know he was a little rude, a little snotty with me, but he did play for the Yankees.
But you willed it for him to happen.
I'd like to believe I did.
You did. I think you did.
Yeah, but I also want to highlight the Roberto Clemente League is also just as important to that North Ward community.
Okay.
That plays in Essex, or excuse me, Branchbrook Park.
Yeah.
So
shout out to the Roberto Clemente League.
Just want to make sure that we highlight both leagues because both leagues do great work for the community, for the kids that are coming through and wanting to play baseball.
Right. No, 100%. So you're in Newark. Your parents brought you down there, or no? You went to boarding school or private school down in. I
did.
Yeah. Is that when kind of law and things like that started? Like, because in Alexandria, I know we was that when you said maybe a lawyer. Because I mean that seems like the right place where that might have started to enter your framework, so to speak.
I will say I think that's where I initially where my first interest in politics started. Mm-hmm. And this may be a little bit of a cliche, but cliches are cliches for a reason.
Right.
Representation does matter, right? And,
sure.
And I was fortunate enough that when I attended, Obama was elected for his first term, and with us being 15 minutes outside of D.C., they made it a point to always take the school to the inaugurations.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
And I do recall that January morning, it was freezing. I had,
Very
I don't know how many
cool.
glove or hand warmers, feet warmers, and wool socks and everything else because it was so cold that day. But I do remember sitting there and looking, and obviously it was so packed that you're like, I think we were at like the Lincoln Memorial. Essentially, so you're kind of watching it on a monitor.
Yeah.
But the ambiance was great.
But the energy, the
was there.
enthusiasm.
But I do remember watching the screen and thinking to myself, "Wow, okay, so maybe this is possible. Maybe." And I'm not saying that I want to run for president or anything like that. But
but it puts it into a young guy's head that seeing
There's a lot
an
more options
African American
available.
become president of the United States, such a historical moment. You say maybe the world is changing, maybe this country is changing.
And I think that is the key, right? I really thought to myself, well, maybe things are changing, right? And my father actually, my father's a lot older, and he was living in Newark during the race riots, and at the time he was going to Barringer High School, so he had a very different perception of what this country was, and it was a conversation that we had prior to me going down to boarding school to essentially just be careful, because he did face a lot of discrimination and
No, right. He was worried about kind of letting you out of his sight, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, and with very different people from what you knew in Newark also.
100%.
Like it must have been a real culture shock.
Oh my God! From all levels, not just from like a racial standpoint, but socioeconomic standpoint as well. I mean, anyone that can afford I think it was like $65,000 a year to send their kids to high school. I mean, they're doing okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Doing okay in society.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
And you probably when you tell the kids, hey, I'm from Newark, New Jersey, they're you got to.
Some of them are going to look at you funny.
Right, yeah. It's like, where are you from? Well, I'm from Livingston, New Jersey, or I'm from Short Hills, New Jersey. But Newark definitely is probably they're going to say that again, but I'm sure you made friends for life down there.
100%. And man, I closer to my high school friends than I am my college friends, to be quite
That's
frank.
nice.
Even though it's such formative years, right? That you just build a bond that's irreplaceable, honestly.
Yeah, high school friends are interesting because I still keep in touch with mine. And, you might not see them for 3-4 years, whatever it is, or talk to them that often. But when you see them within 30 seconds, you're all caught up. What are you doing? I'm working here, I'm working in. Boom. And then you're talking about the stunts you were pulling back in the day with them. Remember this? Remember Mr. So-and-so? And then, friends for life. That's
how Lee and I know each other because our sons are friends from when they were kids.
That's right, yeah.
And their whole group of friends from
Yep.
even elementary school, they still hang out together all the time. And they're all like 27, 28. And
still have the same arguments that they had when they were 15 or 14, but they're the only ones.
That's how we met.
Right, they're the only ones that could talk to each other like that. You know what I mean? Like if someone else from the outside would have, because I call my son this or Max that, our sons would be on top of them.
I forgot Wilson's met Max.
Yes,
in a Zoom call. But
very, very cool.
Yes.
So getting back to. You're running unopposed, okay, which is kind of like phew, right? A little bit, but I guess you're just scared off all the opponents, right? Everybody was like, I'm not going to mess with this guy.
That's it.
No, I don't think that's what it is at all. But it is a bit of a relief, but at the same time, it makes it a little bit harder to convince people to come out and vote, and it makes it so that you really do have to run a campaign that touches people and just motivates people to want to come out and vote for you.
Yeah, and the name recognition. I mean, assuming you run again and
no name recognition.
Right, but so it's important to get your name out there
name recognition
because someday there will be an opponent, and you'll be like, I'm the guy you voted for already. The guy that's doing all this great stuff. But I guess it's a different type of challenge because, like you said, you still want people voting, you still want enthusiasm into your candidacy because of what you want to do for the community,
100%.
and you want people to back that and understand that and be a part of it.
100%. I mean, without the people, right? What are we doing here?
Yeah,
that's right.
It's right. ultimately the only reason I'm doing it is so that I can try to give back
Yeah.
and help the community, right? So I would like to get as much support from them as I possibly can.
Yeah,
I don't just want to win because of that.
Taking anything for granted. You know, he's out there, he's talking to people, he's showing up, he's being where he needs to be to connect with the people, which is important.
Now, Ian, we've talked about this before. I know there's some people, you'll say, Essex County Commissioner in the different districts, and then you have the at-large, Essex County Commissioners at
Right.
large.
Yep.
Just for our listeners, what does the Essex County Commissioner do? I know Ian is kind of like our student of,
I think
New Jersey
Wilson
political.
can give us a much better description of what the county commissioner
Yeah, so, okay, County Commissioner,
Yeah.
what are some of the responsibilities?
I was excited. I was excited to hear Ian's take on the whole situation.
I just I love Ian's when he explains it, because he always talks down to me, you know, as if as if this is the first time, and the last time he's ever going to tell me, what I need to know.
He does a great job of explaining tax board situations.
He does. He does.
But the commissioner or the commissioner's board is essentially the legislative branch of county government.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to just explain it to people as there's a mayor in the city of Newark and your town council, and then you have your councilmen that are ward specific.
Mm-hmm.
I will be the District 1, right? Like the ward specific councilman for the county government.
Okay.
And outside of that, I mean, we are overseeing the county budget when it comes to different county infrastructure, right? So whether that's Branchbrook Park, which is very important to the North Ford community, and honestly should be important to the entire state and the entire
agree.
country with the cherry
It's
blossom,
a beautiful park.
and the designed by the same architect as Central Park, right?
That's right,
So,
the Olmsteds.
again, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Newark
Yep.
is up
It's
there.
an amazing
We
park.
can compete with New York. I don't know.
It's
but
true.
anyway.
We could.
But it's that park is so vital, and Independence Park and the Riverfront Park, I believe, in
Okay.
the East Ward.
Yep.
County roads, county colleges, all of that.
Now I know you have worked with Ian on the tax board,
County
Essex County
tax
Tax
board.
Board,
Yes,
right? I guess
yes.
you guys have done some work. Now, Ian, when I ask Ian about taxes, Ian explains it to me like this. He says, "You like it when the streets are plowed?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Taxes." That's how he explains it to me. You know, so
yeah.
is that basically him at work at the county tax board? Same.
Ian is trying to find ways to make the government work better for everyone. And in order to do that, sometimes, you do have to charge taxes.
You got to charge. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
I know it's the unpopular, unsexy
Right.
part of
It's
politics
not.
and government and everything, but it is essential. If you want the services that are provided, then we've got to pay for them somehow.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's the same people complaining. My taxes are too high. Well, the street's not plowed. My taxes are too high. There's why are trees coming down on roadways and injuring people? It's like it's like because you're complaining your taxes are too high. That's
Well, and people can come to the county tax board and
because they haven't
contest the assessments on their property.
Yeah.
Wilson started doing that this past year. He's been a very patient and thoughtful commissioner in hearing people's appeals, and there have been opportunities where he's gotten to change people's assessments, right, which is going to lower their taxes in the end. It's a high bar to meet.
Yep.
But Wilson's done a great job at it.
So you're a tax board commissioner currently, and so what kind of work is that? I mean, I would briefly touched on it, but what? So I'm an unhappy homeowner. My taxes are too high. I come to you and
You never appealed your assessment?
I mean, I don't.
In the famous
I'm bad with paper.
reval of Maplewood
I'm
from
bad.
like
I'm bad
20
with
years
paperwork.
ago?
I just go online and yell about it. I don't actually do anything about it. I'm one of those guys. But how does that process work?
Yeah, so I will do my best to explain from start to finish, but I feel like Ian, this is his realm and his expertise, and he's fantastic at it.
Yeah, right.
Thank you. That's very kind. Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we do is like if people are not happy, if people don't believe that their assessment is a true and accurate assessment of their property, they can appeal it to the Essex County Tax Board. The commissioners hear the case and they decide if the assessment is correct or not. Sometimes they will make an adjustment in the assessment. And if you are adjusted downwards, your taxes are going to go down.
Gotcha. Now, well, you'll be leaving that position, right, when you become the Essex County Commissioner?
Fortunately, it's
We're gonna miss
required
him. Yes.
Okay,
for me to do so.
Okay, yeah,
Because I've actually enjoyed my time on the tax board, and it's very, very interesting work. And honestly, Ian, you're going to hate this, but appeal your taxes.
Appeal your taxes, right? Yes, that's right.
No, it's good. We want people to appeal.
Just give Ian more work.
That's right. Yes.
We want people to feel that the way that taxes are apportioned to them are done in as fair a manner as possible. And if that means that you've got to appeal, like Wilson said, go ahead and appeal.
And actually, I should correct that. Appeal your assessment.
That's right. Appeal. We should be the County Assessment Board, but we're called the County Tax Board.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I fully understand.
It's like not making any sense.
No. It does make. I understood.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's. I'm like the litmus test. Yeah, if Lee
Got
gets
it,
it, if
got
Lee
it.
gets it,
Okay,
then
good.
right, then 9 out of 10 people.
Excellent.
Right. If he doesn't, then then it's
Good work,
not
Lee.
surprising. Right. So Wilson, before we recorded the podcast, we were talking a little bit about affordability in Essex County, especially young people your age. Not being able to get a starter home. And I know this is a concern of yours and something that you talk about often. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. No, this is it's a critical issue right now, and it's something that I think most people my age talk about quite frequently. The idea of a starter home essentially no longer exists. When you have homes everywhere going, 2-3 bedroom homes going for close to $1 million or over $1 million, it becomes very difficult, right? It's a very large hurdle that you have to try to cross in order to just have your initial home to start a family. Right. So I know that there are many people that are delaying actually starting a family because of this, and it's something that I'm very sensitive to. It's something that it's one of the reasons why I want to get involved. I want to peek under the hood. I want to see if there's any way to cut cost, right? Like make things more affordable, right? Maybe there is a way that taxes can come down, or this is greater than just Essex County, but on a statewide level, if there's a way to decrease utility cost, right? It's getting to the point where really every dollar helps. So we all want our fair shake, right? And as the next generation coming up, we just want our slice of the American dream.
And rightfully so. And it seems like, the younger you are, Ian, today, the harder it is.
It's incredibly difficult for young people.
Yeah, I mean, I bought a home for a lot less than I sold my home for when I moved to the area. I couldn't afford that house today, even though I'm worth a lot more money today than I was when I was in my late 20s.
Yeah.
It's... and I know that it's not just Maplewood and South Orange and Livingston. It's Newark. It's become increasingly impossible for young people to get going today.
It is, and the governor talks all the time about trying to find ways to cut the costs for building new homes. And one of the things I think that will be beneficial to us in Essex County, having these 3 new younger commissioners on the county board, they're going to be able to lobby the governor, right? To keep doing that, to keep pushing for ways to make things more affordable, because otherwise young people are not going to be able to start a life here in New Jersey.
100%. And I think it's just time for a fresh perspective. I'm not saying that we don't gain a lot from experience, right?
Yeah.
And I think that that's where our particular commission board is so well suited, right? We have, individuals who have experience, and then we have individuals who are running for the first time. But we have individuals that are a bit older. We have younger people as well, and I would like to believe that you know, I don't want to speak on behalf of the rest of my candidates, but I think that we are just trying to bring in fresh and new ideas, a new perspective.
Yeah.
See if we can see if we can maybe do something, and maybe we have a new idea, some way to make things more efficient. You know,
Make things more fair.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It's, you know, this is why the next generation of young elected leaders, it's
very
important
needed.
that we listen to them. And if the younger you are out there, the more you want to get involved with listening to these ideas, because it affects you, and they're in your boat. You're in their position. You know, you're a guy. You know, got plenty of years of work left. You want to start a family, I'm sure, and you're like, where am I going to live to make that happen? So.
Yep.
You know, so.
And I wanted to stay. I wanted to be in Essex County, and
Yeah.
you know,
All right, you gotta-
wanted to be in Newark.
It's a pay-to-play county. It most certainly is. The movie Castaway.
sir.
Your thoughts on this movie? Now, when you were down the street knocking on the door, Ian yelled out "Wilson" to get your attention. Yeah, does that bother you?
Yeah. No, it does not bother me at all. I turned around and I was looking for Tom Hanks. I couldn't, you know.
Right.
Unfortunately, I didn't find him. But no, it does not bother me at all. Listen. I did pledge in college, and I was part of a fraternity, and you know, I know that that's not necessarily the most popular thing.
But you heard that's
but
the guys are caught.
Yes. I was, you know, they would make fun of me by doing the whole Castaway, and to be honest with you, I really enjoyed it.
You come home from a late night fiesta and whatnot, and your frat brothers are Wilson.
Yeah, exactly. It was almost like a party cry, which is great. You know?
So how old were you when that movie came out? Were you you must have been a little
must have
guy.
been a kid,
Yeah, the movie's
When did that movie come out?
It's got to be
25 years ago. Yeah, you know. So all right, so you're a little guy, and all of a sudden,
I was a child star. What are you going to do?
that's right, a volleyball.
That's right.
Yeah, it's quite a thing that you're doing. That you're moving into a position. Such a young guy. It's an early. I mean, 33. You said.
33 now.
I mean, you really. I know you. Yeah, I know.
I got the back pains to prove it.
I know when I look at you and I said, "Gosh, you've accomplished so much." You kind of roll your eyes, but you have. You've accomplished so much in such a short period of time. I know you're focused on this job and this job specifically, but you know, do you see politics 10 years, 20 years down the road, or is it's too soon to talk about that?
Yeah, I think it's too soon to talk about it. To be honest with you, I don't, as of now, I don't really see it as my career, so to say. I want to do this to help, to give back, to try to put in my 2 cents. You know, I'm not going to say that I am the end all be all of all knowledge, but I like to believe I have some level of intellect that I hope I can use to help better situations for people.
Yeah.
But I do. I don't know if this is the overall career path for me. If you never know.
Right.
It's hard. It's hard to tell because you never know. I do love helping people, right? So it could be a situation where I absolutely fall in love with this and I decide, you know what, this is it. But I also do love my normal day job.
Okay.
That's a good segue.
Yeah. And talking about your normal day job. Are you an engineer? Are you a lawyer? Are you doing a little bit of both?
A little bit of both.
Patent technology, patent law.
Oh man, I wish. No, a little bit of both. I about 2 years ago opened up my own real estate development firm.
Okay.
And in that, I mean, I've been able to sort of tie in both, educational pursuits into one. from when so after my civil engineering degree, I did work for a consulting engineering firm for a little while, and then I worked for a developer for quite a few years, and I thoroughly enjoyed the project management aspect of construction and engineering. While working for that developer, went back to law school, finished that up, and then started working on company formations and things of that nature. I mean, I know this is so boring, but
no, not at all. Right, Ian?
It's not. No.
And different like company formation, fund formations, and at a certain point, I kind of thought to myself, well, I think you can do this from a real estate perspective, right?
Yeah.
Get a pool of investors, create a fund, and then find a project, and then have that fund this real estate development, and then make something out of nothing, right? And I will say, my business model does not focus on rehabbing existing structure so much, because I am very sensitive to the whole gentrification aspect of it all.
Okay.
I don't want to be the person that's coming in and buying the building and then throwing tenants out,
kicking the tenants out and building some monstrosity or whatnot. Yeah,
that is not my objective. But if I see a vacant lot, right, that's a blight on the community, well, let's see if we can do something with this, right? Let's see if we can come up with a plan that we develop something that's integrated to the rest of the community.
Yeah,
and essentially helps.
Right,
create property value,
create homes, or perhaps a little park, or whatever you can do.
Whatever the case may be,
yeah.
and exactly, and that's how I like to see it. That I'm helping build communities, and I think that's the part that I fell in love with. Even before I went to law school, when I was initially working for a developer way back when, I would still drive through the projects, months after I was done, because you see everyone interacting with the community that you created, and it's a beautiful thing.
So is this like pursuing grants and things of that nature? Is that part of the equation, or is it really just at this point finding some investors to let's take this and make this a suitable place for?
As of right now, it's finding investors and having them also believe in the vision of redeveloping this and creating a community space or something that's integral to the community.
Gotcha. So we are with Wilson Pichardo. He, of course, is running for Essex County Commissioner.
That's right.
That is District 1. District 1, that's the best district, right? District 1, that's why they call it District 1.
All the districts are great, and Essex County as a whole is fantastic, but please come to District 1 if you have the chance.
That's it.
Now,
and also I want to point out, you would just talk about Wilson being young, going to be serving on the county commissioner. We in Essex County, assuming the Democrats win in these spots, we're going to have 3 very young people on the Essex County Commissioner Board, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
We're going to have Wilson Pichardo. We're going to have Dorian Murray Thomas. We're going to have Medina Muhammad. Yeah. All
just
all quite young. Which is actually
quite successful at such an early age.
County.
And the Essex County is looking good.
Yeah.
A lot more impressive than me. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, well, they were saying the same thing. No.
Listen, whenever there is an event, and we have to speak, I try to make it my goal to speak before them, because otherwise I look terrible. So.
And Dorian is quite the speaker. She absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So is Medina too.
So is Medina
too. But Dorian, I've known
great.
for longer, and she's a pretty amazing person.
The older I get, the more impressed I am when I meet young people that are pursuing a path like this, that I think I would have done if I were to do it all over again. This is why because when I was doing things differently. I was a little, I wasn't as focused. But to have such focus in your 20s and your 30s, right, and just like, this is what I want to do. I want to change my community. I want to make my community better. I want to make the people around me happier and safer. And it's quite a responsibility, Now, Wilson, you look a little bit, and I've got a reason I'm saying this. You look a little bit like A-Rod, a little bit, former Yankee great, and I believe you're a Yankee fan, right?
100%.
So Derek Jeter your favorite of all time?
Derek Jeter is still my screensaver.
Still
to
your
this day.
screensaver,
He
yes.
retired, 12 years ago now, and he's still
Wow.
my screensaver. We actually share a birthday, June 26th.
Oh, you got him. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
so-
Very. So I was doing some snooping on
Very
right on the
good.
social media,
Very
trying to learn a little bit about
good.
our guests, and I saw that the day he retired, I think you had a post about
Wow.
how sad a
I'm
day it
impressed,
was.
Lee.
It was.
Yeah,
broke
but
my heart.
And your thoughts on A-Rod, Hall of Famer, or what are your thoughts on that? And should his number be retired by the Yankees?
I don't think the number gets retired, but I do.
Because of the controversy, I guess.
It's more along the lines of I think the Yankees have retired too many numbers,
Yeah.
and I think that they need to increase the bar. To be quite honest, so, you got some people that are no doubters. Your Babe Ruths and your
Yes.
Derek Jeters and your Yogi Berra, another New Jersey,
That's
Essex
right.
County,
Montclair.
Right.
Yeah,
Montclair.
yeah.
That's right.
Before you know it, they'll have to bring in coming up to bat is number 1,263.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what it is right now.
so-
Number 77 coming into pitch. It's like, what?
Yeah.
This is
So-
hockey? What is going on here?
I mean, listen, you got a bright young star at short now, and he's wearing number 96. Which, listen, 96 not bad.
Yeah.
Yankees won the World Series that year. That was Jeter's first World Series. But
Yeah, that's right. Is that why he's wearing a number? Or was
I
it-
don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
very
know.
interesting.
But
yeah.
I when I saw the 96,
Right, that's a
I
first.
don't think
That's a
about
real
it.
Yankee
that's what
fan.
took me.
Yeah,
I was
right.
like, maybe it's because of that. Who knows? Maybe he's. Listen, with how young he is, it might be actually he's probably wasn't even born by 96. I don't know. So
Yeah,
maybe just hearing the stories of that core
yeah,
four.
the clubhouse attendant just thought it'd be a cute idea.
Yeah, maybe. But I think A-Rod. I don't know if he makes it to Monument Park and Yankee
Yeah.
Stadium, but honestly, I do believe that he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, and I understand the reservation due to the steroid.
Yep.
But I don't know. I mean, listen, I think it's an unfortunate thing that happened, but he was so pivotal to that time of baseball, and
Baseball
honestly,
celebrated the long ball, and to the point where, I know Barry Bonds had said, I don't think he ever said it out loud, but my feeling was McGuire and Sosa were getting all the attention, and Bonds was a much better player than either one of those guys. And he's like, well, those guys could hit, 60 homers. I could hit 80 homers, and I'm going to juice too. So, people understand what I'm capable of, and
Exactly.
And then A-Rod, and and then the pitchers, Clemens. Well, he's like, these guys are all juicing. How am I going to get them out?
Yeah.
So I think it's baseball allowed it to happen, and then they take it out on the players.
Exactly. And again, I still hold that Jeter is the better shortstop of the two.
Oh yeah.
But no, A-Rod was, man, he was something special when he was in the league.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, I'm a Met fan, Ian. I don't argue much about sports on social media, but I'll peruse whatever.
you.
Yeah, and I'll see some. And the only time I really get hot is when people say, and you get this with younger people, that Jeter was overrated, and that's when I get hot because I watch this guy play every day pretty much. This guy was just, you want to win a World Series, Derek Jeter is your starting shortstop.
It's the intangibles, and I think baseball. I mean, I know that this is not a baseball podcast, so
Yeah.
I don't want to belabor it too much, but I think it's something that is lost in the game today. Looking too much at analytics and losing the X factor, right? Like that it factor that's the intangibles that
I
you
agree
can't
with
really
you.
put into stats. But like you said, I mean, you wanted a leader. Derek Jeter was your leader.
Yeah, guy's
right?
going to jump into the third row to catch the
Exactly.
pop up. Is not making the stats 20 years later. Well, but we saw that in the broken nose. But what nice thing is, again, you are running on a post with all those Mets fans out there that are seeing red right now. Nothing you can do about it.
That's right.
Listen, I have no hard feelings about the Mets. Let me take that back. The Juan Soto. that hurt my heart.
Yeah.
That hurt my heart as a Dominican and as a Yankee fan. I mean, I wanted to see Soto in pinstripes, but listen, the Mets gave him a better offer. And
As a Met fan, I thought he was nuts. I'm like, you live in the Bronx for the Mets. That's not going to work out for you. It may.
I think the Mets have a certain energy to them too, right? It's a diehard fan base.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Knicks fan, so anything is possible. You know what I
There you
mean?
go. There you
Yeah,
go.
anything
There you
is
go.
possible. But Ian, is there anything we haven't touched with Wilson other than please go out and vote? That the election is
It's
on
very important.
November
5th, 6th, 5th.
I thought it was the second.
Oops.
It's on Tuesday, right?
It is
Yeah.
a Tuesday.
'Cause sometimes-
first Tuesday after the first Monday
Yeah.
in November. You know what? I don't remember the date.
Because we've had elections on Thursdays recently.
I've actually been emailing a lot about this today. I should know.
Well,
November 3rd.
November
November
3rd.
3rd, okay.
So everybody was wrong.
Yes, we were all wrong.
We just know it's in November, and
but
we're,
That's
we're
right.
getting
we
we're
should
getting
know
excited
that,
for it.
but
But it's a Tuesday.
We'll never forget it
yeah,
now.
It's a
Yes.
Tuesday. We were having Thursday elections, weren't we? With the special.
Well, it was a special election.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
but they could
yeah.
have still had the special on Tuesday. You know, it didn't be that special. I was.
Was trying to get another Democrat in Congress as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I think right. That's right. It was.
Yeah.
It was a rush. It
Yeah.
was a rush to fill a seat, an important seat. Yeah. So.
Very important seat.
Yeah.
And we got a great candidate there.
We did. We've got a fantastic candidate. She's been on the podcast, and she's coming again.
Oh, fantastic.
Yep.
It's going to be a lot of fun. You guys should let me come so I can sit in the grandstands,
Sure.
the bleachers.
Okay.
and watch,
Absolutely.
We'll have you participate.
Absolutely right. Yes. Questions from the audience. Yes. Essex County Commissioner Wilson Pichardo. Yes, you have a question for the Congresswoman. But
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
There we go. Right.
that's right. Yeah, WFAN Radio. That's right. Yes. But your family excited about voting for you?
Ah, man. Well, my sister's here, but the rest of my family actually lives down in Georgia.
Okay. All right.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So they
but
retired down to
did-
Georgia.
But listen, something like that.
Gotcha.
They did want a little. My stepfather. My stepfather had a health issue actually during COVID as well, but he battled with multiple myeloma. He's
Ooh, wow.
all healthy now.
Oh, good.
Everything is
Right.
good.
Thank goodness.
But when you see yourself in that situation, you kind of reassess things, and he wanted a quieter, slower paced life, so they decided to move down to Georgia, and they took my 13-year-old sisters. Crazy family. I've got a 20-year age gap between me and a younger sister.
Gotcha.
Younger
He's a
sisters.
very good big brother.
Yeah.
They truly are my heart. I love them to death.
Sure.
And I embarrass them every single time that they are here and they come out to different events with me.
Well, you can do that right now on the podcast if you'd like. So
Yeah,
feel free
shout
to
out to
embarrass. We won't get in the way.
I think me just saying this is embarrassing enough. for
Okay,
them.
that's true. They're 13.
Yeah, they're 13, right?
Yeah.
But yes, they did move to Georgia about 3 years ago. But I do have a younger sister who's 2 years younger than me, so she can still vote for me.
Okay,
so,
excellent.
Excellent.
I'll try my best to try to convince her to vote for me.
Yeah, that's right. You
I don't
remember
know.
what
I don't
today
know.
is?
She might,
She's like, "What's today exactly?"
She might know me too well and might say, I don't know about that.
I voted for the other guy. There was no other guy.
Right.
I voted for. Right. She can write herself in though, right?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
right. She could do that.
But no, they did come up for the primaries.
Okay.
My family did come up from Georgia, and it was a very welcome surprise. I didn't know that they were going to do
wow.
that.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
So a couple days before, they kind of hit the ground and were very
Campaigning
helpful.
with you. Yeah,
exactly.
that's
Very
cool.
helpful on the campaign front.
Yeah. Well, my family also moved down south, Ian, because of the taxes. So just so if there's anything you can do to
Should have appealed that assessment.
There's nothing that we can do.
No, they're actually better off down south, So,
Yes,
right.
yes.
My
No
family.
state income tax where your mom is too, right?
That's right, in Florida.
Yeah.
Yes. But the further my family is away from each other, the closer we are, if that makes any sense at all. So.
Understand it 110%.
Right.
I love my mom more now than no.
Yeah,
Just
that's
kidding,
right.
just kidding,
No, it's
just kidding,
exactly
just
how
kidding.
it is. I tell my mother, right?
No.
Like I go down to visit her in Florida. I'm like, as soon as we've had enough of each other, I get on the
can go
plane.
home.
I'm back to New
Yeah.
Jersey. Right?
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
exactly.
listen,
I'm due for a visit to Florida too.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know how I lived in the same house with you, Mom. Yeah, I tell her that constantly. She's like, yeah, no choice. I'm like, I guess.
Before my mother hears this and calls me and yells at me,
Yes.
That's right.
I talk to my mom every day.
Oh, good.
We talk every single day, so I
You know
do
what?
love
That's
her very
awesome.
dearly.
She'd be like, Wilson, why didn't you say this?
Yeah. No. My mother critiques the podcast, and your mother is more. If she'd like to reach out to me, so for the next time you come on, the questions I didn't ask, let her know she can reach out to me personally.
Sounds like a
Very
plan.
right. So when Adorian was on the podcast, her mom came here with her. So
That's right.
They're always together. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a dynamic duo. There.
Very much
I'm
so.
Big fan of her mother as
quite
well.
a pair.
Yeah.
Yep.
They play off each other very, very
They
well.
really
And
do.
I love it. She's, always watching her back, which
She's
is great.
amazing.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, no, like mother, like daughter.
I'm envious of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
you know?
That's it.
Yeah.
The best campaign manager, in the
100%.
world is going to be your mom. Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Watch your daughter achieve her dreams, and you're her co-pilot.
Yep.
It's a pretty special moment for them. But I guess Ian, that's
I think we're really happy to have had you here today, Wilson.
so
Glad
ladies.
nobody was sick. Glad nobody was having medical
That's
procedures.
right. No, right. We finally got it. We got it. We made it happen.
Yeah,
We made it
yeah.
happen. So Wilson Pichardo.
That's
okay,
right.
that's Esquire, by the way. Wilson Pichardo. Wilson A. Pichardo Esquire. Come out, vote for him,
November 3rd.
and enjoy watching him do what he can to make Newark a
To
great
make Essex County.
Essex County the great place that it is
Yep.
and shall remain.
Best county.
Best county.
100%.
I agree.
I argue with people from Bergen County all the time about it.
Oh, we blow Bergen
Good.
County
That's what I'm
away.
saying. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, Hudson can give us a little run for our money, but still, I'm at the end of the day, I'm
Wilson's rolling his eyes here.
I don't know about that
Yeah.
Hudson noise. I don't know about that.
Yeah. I do like the restaurants in Hoboken, but
Right.
but yes, but no. You know what? Essex County, we're not far from New York City. We're near the beach. You want to go up skiing in the mountains?
We've got the best of all worlds.
Right,
here.
we're right in the middle, and
Yeah.
it's funny. My wife was just saying that. I go, we were driving the car. I just said, "What's your favorite highway in the history of highways?" And she said
favorite
280.
highway.
She said 280. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like, and she meant it. She said when she's on 280, she feels like she's home. She feels, she enjoys the way they blew. She's watched documentaries how they blew the rocks up. To get the highway through 280.
cool.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
the West
so,
Orange there.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. So so that's it. So we are 280 people.
Okay.
I love that. I
Yeah,
love that,
yeah. Document. I think on YouTube you could find it. Yeah, how they made 280 happen. So yeah, I guess that's it.
I think that might be
I
it.
just want to ask, Ian, what's your favorite highway?
Ian's like, I like Route 22. Yeah,
I don't like any. I hate highways.
yeah.
So I grew up in the Bronx. All right, so
Yeah.
I'll say the Cross Bronx Expressway.
All right.
Which if you're from the Bronx, you have to hate it.
Yeah.
But
Robert
now,
Moses
like all
there,
these
huh?
years later, it's my favorite highway.
Yeah. Okay.
Read the Power Broker?
Yeah. Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, the power broker from the Bronx, Fordham Road. Oh,
Yeah.
you mean what's his name?
About Robert Moses.
Robert Moses. Right?
Robert
yeah.
Moses, right.
Yeah, it's a great book.
It is.
Highly
I should
recommend
read it.
It's also like 2,000 pages, so it's a
Won't
commitment.
be reading it anytime
but
soon.
it is fantastic.
Yeah.
I've read a couple things on Robert Moses, where some portrayed him as being the architect that he was of the highway system, but then others kind of stating that there may have been some bridges not high enough for vehicles and and I don't know I don't know if they keep
great beach
Cutting through
named
certain
after him.
communities as well.
Yeah.
Destroying communities.
destroying communities,
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Yeah. So
100%.
yeah. So so there we go. So there is a recommended book, right, from Wilson, right?
There we go.
The Robert Moses.
It's a top pick from Wilson Pichardo.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
It's a
So,
commitment. That's all I will
Okay,
say.
2,000 pages. Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
It's quite a few, but
and commissioners, anything to do with the highways or with the
There are county highways.
county
there are.
highways? Yeah.
So right here in Maplewood, we have Valley Street as a county road.
Yeah. Okay.
South Orange Avenue is a county road.
Right. So if it's not plowed, I reach out to you, Wilson. I'll just be like,
I'll go out there with my Jeep Wrangler.
There we go.
that's right.
I'll
That's
plow
right. I got a
myself,
Jeep Wrangler
don't you
too, by
worry.
the way. Yeah.
There we
I got
go.
Yeah. Okay.
go.
Together.
How many
together.
ducks? How many ducks do you have?
Oh, you know what? I had two. My wife doesn't like the whole duck thing. Again, she opposes everything I like. So when I had a couple, she actually gave them. You hand them other. She takes them and she hands them off to other Jeep owners. So I currently have zero.
Well,
Yeah. How about yourself?
Take this from my husband, please.
That's right. Yeah. She doesn't like anything I like. And I think the duck thing is great. I love the wave. Do you wave? I wave.
I do the Jeep
I do
Wrangler.
the peace sign. Yeah, the peace sign. I do that.
I do, and I've gotten quite a collection of ducks at this point. I think I'm up to like 6 now.
All right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe I need to start giving them away. I mean, that's really how it
Yeah,
continues, right?
but yeah, you
maybe
see
I'll
some
put one on your car right now. and,
it's right out in front. You can't miss it.
yeah.
But yeah, some people are right across the whole dashboard, and in the back. But yeah, you're supposed to when you see another Jeep owner, Ian, you wave
Didn't
Jeep
know
Wrangler.
that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So anyway, so
Ian, we'll see you next time
Yeah,
with
you'll see
one
me
as
on
well,
the,
right?
the Toyota Prius.
That's right.
No.
Yeah.
All right, the Toyota Prius, he gives the thumbs up, right? You guys are,
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I'm just a cliche.
Right, saving the world,
Driving
saving the
my
world.
Toyota Prius.
He gives a thumbs up while he passes the gas station.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. With my 41 and a half gallons.
That's right. Yeah.
Miles to the gallon.
Yeah, but now they're like hundreds of miles, aren't they? Some of
I
these
get
Prius?
1,000 miles
You get
to the
that right.
gallon,
That's
yes.
right. Yeah. Amazing cars. But you don't get ducks. So
No, I know.
Yeah, so
I'm disappointed.
that's right. So all right. So Wilson, I guess we'll call it a day. And
Yes.
thank you for coming, my friend.
Thank you, Wilson.
Thank you,
It was
guys.
great.
Thank you.
All right.
you.
Until we do it again, Ian.
I think. Have a good night.
Everybody, good night. Thanks for tuning in.